Hey, it's me, Kyle, from the Books and Boards YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be pretty quick. I just wanted to talk briefly on something that I like to say around here, something that I try to put into practice with our business, and that is moving slower to move faster. What I mean by that is sometimes you need to slow down your processes. You need to slow down and think about things. You need to slow down physically what you're doing, what you're working on, so that in the end, you're not actually creating more work for yourself. Sometimes when you do a process over and over again, sometimes you get to the point where you're moving so fast that you actually skip steps. And that's obviously not what you want to do. If you move too fast, what can actually happen is you end up making mistakes. You end up having to redo things that you've already done. You skip over things that need to be done. And in the long run, it actually creates more work for yourself. Obviously, you want to work efficiently. You want to work at a good pace. But I firmly believe that it's better to slow down, make sure that you're doing things correctly the first time so that you don't have to go back and change things. You don't have to go back and fix things. How I specifically apply that to the eBay business. When I'm making a new listing, let's say it's something that we haven't sold before, a game we haven't sold before, and I'm making a new listing, I will spend a few extra minutes on that just to make sure that I'm getting the right keywords, the right item specifics, the right price on it. Obviously, if it's something that I've sold over and over again, I don't waste my time with that because I've already done that work. But if it's something new to us, that's when I slow it down. I don't worry about my speed. I worry about making sure that it is the best listing I can make, the most accurate, and that way I've got a foundation for that listing going forward if I find that game again. Then I don't need to think about it the second, third time, and it becomes very quick. But if you don't take that time with the initial listing, or let's say you set up a new process for your inventory or a new process for sourcing, if you just speed into it and don't take the time initially to set it up and set that foundation, you can actually make a lot more mistakes and a lot more work for yourself. And I try to avoid that as much as possible because time is finite, and it is important to make good use of it. And although sometimes to some people it might seem like slowing down is actually using more time, I would definitely argue that in the long run, it actually saves you a lot of time to slow down. Now, that doesn't mean don't take that first step or don't start anything. Make sure that you're not, getting paralyzed by trying to make something perfect or trying to look up too much information. Make sure that you're being reasonable with the slowing down part of it. Because obviously if you slow down too much, you will stop and nothing will get done. And that's not good either. But the main takeaway is slow down to move faster. Make sure you're doing it right the first time. Take a few extra minutes when you're setting up a process or when you're creating a new listing. Take a few extra minutes to slow down, make sure it's right, and then ultimately that'll allow you to move faster in your business, in whatever you're doing. That's all I have for right now. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check us out on Facebook, and I will see you tomorrow.